Olúwa ni wá o, tọkàntọkàn. Nílé ìjọba ẹgbẹ́ ìjọsí, àdéhùn bàbá ni. We bring in the water to your doorstep. Afẹ́fẹ́ tó ń fẹ́ o, tó ń fẹ́ gbogbo lára ni. You plug it, you didn't put the plug on. Oh my God. You just put it, you didn't plug it. Kí ni bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn ní bàbá? Ẹ̀mọ́ àgbà wọn ẹ̀ tí gbọ́dọ̀ wọ́n jẹ́ yín wá. Odùduwà la gbé dání, òtítọ́ la gbé dání. A kì í sọ̀dálẹ̀, a kì í sọ ní kéèta. Àwọn ní bàbá. Ìlú ọ̀tán, ọ̀tún gbèrègé. Koikimedia, we bring you one closer to your doorstep. Koikimedia is around. Is around.
Where's my iPhone? Ladies and gentlemen, Koikimedia is around. A very good evening. It's end of the year. I am so happy and I hope you are happy. Ká dúpẹ́ fún pé Ọlọ́run ṣọ́ wa láti January. Ó tọ́pẹ́. Àìmọye àwọn tí Fúlàní ti pa. Àìmọye àwọn tó ti lọ nínú stampede. Àìmọye àwọn tó lọ nínú plane crash. Àìmọye àwọn tó sùn tó dìde. Àìmọye àwọn tó tútù máa jáde lálẹ́ ìkọlọ̀ máa kà wá mọ́ wọn. Ọlọ́run ló ní ẹ̀mí àmọ́ à ń bẹ ni pé kó fún wa lẹ́mìí gúngùn ọdún 2025 tó ń súnmọ́ báyìí kó kà wá mọ̀ mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin Muslim ẹ̀yin Christian ẹ̀yin alásàlátù mo kí gbogbo wa pátápátá pé bí a ṣe ń prepare fún ọdún 2025 ọdún tó kù níwọ̀nba díẹ̀ yìí àní bá ọdún lọ bá mi ṣàmì àwọn èèyàn ṣàmì lórí program à ń ṣàdúrà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ àní bá ọdún lọ ebi o Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ kí 2025 kó tún mú ebi wá bá wa torí pé ẹlòmíì ò rówó tùjọ nínú 2024 ó gbìyànjú ó try àmọ́ ìtry ẹ̀ yẹn kò ń ṣẹ́jú ẹ̀ kí ló fà á ẹ jẹ́ a gbọ́ lẹ́nu bàbá yìí.
The cost of fuel has gone up. Food and other prices have followed it. Households and businesses struggling. Things seem anxious and uncertain. I understand the hardship you face. I wish there were other ways, but there's not.
Baba Tinubu, nígbà yẹn o 2025 ẹ bá wa ṣe gbogbo tí aráàlú tó máa dẹ̀ wọ́n lẹ́rùn tó máa tílẹ̀ máa tu tó máa favour wa 2025 ẹ bá wa gbé oúnjẹ síta ẹ fún wa ní security security yẹn àwọn Australia ti sọ̀rọ̀ a máa ti ń sọ kí ní ìbọn tójọ́ mẹ́ta lọ fìdílé nǹkan the end of the year lọ fìdílé nǹkan torí pé Australia ti sọ̀rọ̀ kí lọ Australia sọ gbogbo ẹ̀ la máa gbọ́ nínú ètò talẹ́ yìí bọ́ká tó wọnú ètò lọ torí pé ẹlòmíì tẹ́ bá ti gbọ́ díẹ̀ ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ yìí tó kù orí ètò tá wà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí wọ́n ti pè mí pé Koiki bẹ́ẹ̀ ni owó yẹn ó há but Ọlọ́run ti tu in tó bá há pẹ̀lú iṣẹ́ táwa ń ṣe àtàdúrà tí gbogbo wa ń gbà owó yẹn gbọ́dọ̀ jáde wọ́n ní everything has been resolved. Àwọn wo ló ń sọ yẹn níbo ló ti ń sọ ìpàdé ń lọ lọ́tún lọ́sì back and forth in the last 72 hours. Torí pé kó bá a dá ní torí iṣẹ́ Yorùbá nation kò gbọ́dọ̀ túká lórí èmi kò dẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ túká lórí ìwọ náà. Mo ní èmi ni last man standing. Ọ̀rọ̀ tá gbé dání àwa ti prepare mind wa wo ọmọ mi ní ọwọ́ à ń bẹ̀ àti sọ fún wọn pé Ọlọ́run máa fún alẹ́mí gúngùn àtàwọn tó ṣì ń bọ̀ torí bàbá tó bí mi ó bí ọmọ rẹpẹtẹ gbogbo wọn rẹ̀ ló tọ́jú ìwọ bí méjì ò rí tọ́jú nínú Nàìjíríà ìwọ bí ẹyọ kan ò ń struggle irú àwọn bàbá tiwa kí ni football ground ni bàbá wa kó wọn sí tó ń gbá bọ́ọ̀lù torí pé squad ni àwọn ọmọ bàbá mi wọ́n tún ní reserve a ní coach láàrin ẹ̀ òfin mọ numbers ó ní láti mọ numbers ìyẹn ló ṣe ń pè ní Alhaji Mojeed Ọmọ́táyọ̀ Koiki àwọn ò ṣe yahoo wọ́n ò ṣe ritual wọ́n ò ṣe politics àmọ́ nígbà yẹn wọ́n ń rí owó wọ́n rówó fi tọ́jú aya wọ́n rówó fi tọ́jú ọmọ Yorùbá ò rówó fi tọ́jú ìyàwó kò rówó fi tọ́jú aya kò rówó fi tọ́jú ọmọ látara ìlú wo ni ìlú tó ń pè ní Nàìjíríà àwa ni a fẹ́ Yorùbá country ó wá wà against it throughout 2024 gbogbo tó ṣe ni pé kò wà against it mo wá ń sọ fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pé owó yẹn ó ti wà clear ẹ̀yin tẹ́mi fẹ́ máa gbọ́ nìyẹn èmi ò fẹ́ gbọ́ pé owó hàn nítorí pé a need owó we need nothing less than thousands and millions of dollars bá ṣe ń wọ 2025 ẹ má jẹ́ kí yẹn kan sọ fún yín mo rí àwọn gúrùpù kan tán ní ẹ ti fẹ́ fẹnu bà nǹkan jẹ́ gúrùpù yẹn mọ́ra yín ẹ̀ ń sọ pé ṣé rádì ló tún kàn we are diplomat people ẹ jẹ́ tún fìyẹn pamọ́ for now ẹ ṣọ́ra gbogbo yín ẹ ṣe kí ni ẹ ṣọ́ra gidi gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọ̀nkú kan ìpẹ́ra yín lọ́nkú ẹ̀yin àǹtí yẹn àwa tá wà ní generation yẹn wojú mi dáadáa àwa ò wojú ṣe o ẹ jẹ́ tún dé yẹn pamọ́ ká má ti mú yẹn jáde kó sì wà nínú kúlà bọ́ gbogbo group tẹ́ bá wà against rally ní 2025 we will come out for you very hard ṣé rally la fẹ́ fi jẹun ni ṣé rally la fẹ́ fi mẹ́kọ̀ owó ni a ní ká ṣe rally káwọn èèyàn wá lè gbọ́ pé Yorùbá nation tá à ń ṣe yìí òun lọ́nà àbájọ èyí tí ń kọ comment ẹ ti ń fohùn sílẹ̀ àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ group yẹn ẹ mọ́ra yín nínú group yẹn mo wà ń bẹ́ẹ̀ gbogbo tẹ kọ pátá mo ní láti copy ẹ̀ jáde ó ti wà automatic lórí mi ẹ̀yin wá ìfẹ́ wà against ẹ jẹ́ ká mú yẹn pamọ́ àmọ́ lórí owó yẹn tí mo sọ pé hang yẹn Káyọ̀dé mọ̀ láti pè mí àti sọ̀rọ̀ bó ṣe ń pè mí lọ́tún lọ́ pè mí lọ́sì bàbá Koiki ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ ló sọ yẹn ó máa bà nǹkan jẹ́ kò ń ṣe lẹ́nu Koiki ló yẹ kó ti gbọ́rọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn mọ́ ní ẹ dé yẹn pamọ́ ẹ fi yẹn sílẹ̀ ẹ dé yẹn pamọ́ ọmọ Yorùbá gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ pé òtítọ́ la gbé dání torí èmi ò lè máa ṣe wàhálà aago 5 ni mo ti kúrò nílé mi láàárọ̀ yìí no mo parọ́ 5:45 torí pé táìmù tíyàn bá jáde ó ní footprint kò ń ṣe aago 5 bọ̀ mo ti dìde sára láti aago 4:30 ni mo ti dìde lórí bed tí mo ti lọ wẹ̀ so a lè máa ṣe wàhálà yẹn nínú òtútù ni mo ti ń ṣe program láàárọ̀ yìí at 6:05 tí mo dẹ̀ ń bẹ ọmọ Yorùbá pé ẹ bá wa dáwó sínú YSDN wọ́n dẹ̀ ń dáwó yẹn mo dẹ̀ gbọ́ pé owó yẹn hang àmọ́ bí ṣe ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ ní 31st lẹ́ni owó yẹn ti wà release àdúpẹ́ fọlọ́ Káyọ̀dé Mọ̀lá the deputy chairman tí bàbá jẹ́ chairman mo ní èmi máa support YSDN délẹ̀ ni torí pé àwọn ni wọ́n máa kó wa délẹ̀ lérí under the leadership of Professor Adébánjí Akíntóyè mo gbà fún bàbá yẹn tán yányán kò ń ṣe pé tẹnu mo lọ lé ní 2021 láti lọ sọ fún bàbá pé èmi o mo gbà fún yín mo wá gbà fún bàbá mi Olóyè Ìgbòho Òòṣà mo ní ibi tó bá ń lọ ni mo ń tẹ̀lé ẹ lọ wọ́n ní inú igbó ló ń kó wa lọ máa kó mi lọ sínú igbó yẹn torí mo mọ̀ pé Elédùmarè ló gbé ẹ dìde lásìkò yìí àrí Jésù àránà bíi àmọ́ ìwọ ní Ìgbòho Elédùmarè bí bàbá má sunkún mọ́ orúkọ tèmi ló ń pè ní Koikimedia owó yẹn wọ́n sọ pé Koiki everything has been resolved mo ní màá jáde màá sọ fọmọ Yorùbá bẹ́ẹ̀ ìtẹ́ bá gbọ́ lórí platform mi ní authentic ìtẹ́ bá gbọ́ lórí Yorùbá World Media authentic Koiki ni mò ń jẹ́ àní ṣe báyìí fún yín àwọn ń ṣe dúpọ̀ onítìrí o àwọn kì í ṣe dúpẹ́ onítìrí Yorùbá nation under Professor Akintoye is an authentic only Yorùbá nation any other one tẹ́ bá tó sábẹ́ bàbá Akintoye ẹ máa wà lẹ́yìn wa ni so platform tó ń sọ jágbajàgba pé ṣé rally ló kàn tẹ́ ń kọ right up ẹ̀yin ẹ̀gbọ́n tẹ́ wà labroad máa gbórúkọ yín jáde máa bá yín ta tán ẹ pè mí sílé ẹjọ́ fún defamation of character àwa sọ táwọn tá ṣe nínú ilé màá wá sọ gbogbo táwọn ọmọ Yorùbá fẹ́ mọ̀ nínú that particular group ẹ jẹ́ kí n déyẹn mọ́lẹ̀ yẹn ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ má tọwọ́ bá wa lẹ́nu èmi ò lè fọwọ́ ara mi ṣe wàhálà kí n dàrú àwọn kan ní ẹ wàá ṣe wàhálà láyé kò ń ṣe Koiki kò ṣe gbogbo àìsùn tí mò ń ṣe láyé ni mo sọ never in this world wàhálà ni mo ń ṣe ọmọ mi wà mí báyìí nísìn ariwo tí mo ń pa ó ń disturb ẹ àwọn ọmọ olóyìnbó wọ́n like ariwo táwọn pa yìí daddy you are talking too much just calm down àwa máa ṣe wàhálà ìyẹn kan máa sọ pé mo mọ tí mo ṣe èmi ò ní ṣiṣẹ́ kí n fọwọ́ mi dànù o bẹ́ẹ̀ sàṣí ni kò ní ràn mí lágbára Jésù Kristi. Àwọn èèyàn wà ní Saudi báyìí nísìn ìwọ ló mọ Saudi ìwọ ló wà against Allah èmi believe in Muslim lọ bí mi sí. Àwọn èèyàn wọ́n wà ní tawaf nísìn tó fi owó politician lọ síbẹ̀. Mo sọ fún yín pé mo ò fẹ́ fún yín lórúkọ ẹni yẹn dáadáa ní àbí ẹni yẹn níjọ́ Thursday wọ́n sì pè mí ní Heathrow airport àwọn tó ń lọ fún tawaf tó ń gbé ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation lọ síbẹ̀. Ẹ má wá against Islam ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀sìn kọ́ la gbé dání. Àwọn olórí burúkú politician ni ká sọ fún pé Yorùbá nation Yorùbá country àwọn kan ní Koiki máa bá wa pè ní country ó rà pé yẹn máa tètè wọ etí àwọn èèyàn. So by 2025 Yorùbá nation is still Yorùbá country. Tí bá ní Yorùbá country kọ́kàn change torí nígbà tá a bá tún sọ pé Yorùbá country etí ẹlòmíà di èmi ò ní ṣiṣẹ́ kí n fọwọ́ mi dànù inshallah akudira to lie ọmọ kọtọ bí dáadáa ni mí. Bọ̀ lórí movement mo sọ fún yín pé àtọwọ́bọ̀ yín lẹ́nu tàbá tọwọ́bọ̀ yín lẹ́nu ẹ gé mi jẹ síbẹ̀. Yorùbá nation no going back lásán. Kọ́lọ́n dẹ̀ jẹ́ kí Trump tó débẹ̀ torí wọ́n fẹ́ dàjọba Trump yẹn rú wọ́n fẹ́ make sure pé ogun ṣẹlẹ̀ àmọ́ Australia ti sọ̀rọ̀ kí lọ Australia sọ ọmọ tètè lọ lóòdì dátà kó wá gbọ́n tó Australia sọ ìwọ tó ń lọlé ọlọ́run bá ń fi ẹ̀ṣọ́ aṣọ ẹ̀ padà àmọ́ Australia sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Nàìjíríà táwọn yẹn bá sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n ní intelligent ni mo dúpẹ́ fọlọ́run pé ìyí táwa ti ń sọ bọ̀ wọ́n fi bá mi crown effort mi ni mo kí ìyá tó bí mi lọ́mọ mo kí ẹgbẹ́ ìfẹ́ lódùn mo kí gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan ẹgbẹ́ kan wá ju ẹgbẹ́ kan lọ gbogbo ẹni mo fi sọ níbí báyìí àmọ́ àwọn ẹgbẹ́ ń ṣiṣẹ́ tó bá ní ẹgbẹ́ ẹ máa mú ìfẹ́ lódùn ẹ máa mú àwòrò ṣàṣà ẹ máa mú àwọn ẹgbẹ́ Ìgbòho Iron Lady ẹ máa mú gbogbo group tí mo fi kankan sílẹ̀ nínú gbogbo yín pátá ni mo nífẹ̀ẹ́ mo ní we will be there for you. Where is my iPhone ọmọ Oòduà ó ti mú iPhone mi lọ́mọ Oòduà má sọ iPhone 13 nù àwọn tó wà Nàìjíríà pàlàsà ló ń lò kó jà fi ń bú wọn ọmọ kékeré ń lo iPhone nínú ilé mo ní kó bá ń lọ mú dáadé ní sọ́nà òun I can't find it, it's on my bed. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí. Yes, bí bàbá mi ṣe sọ bòbóyè we have been tackling issues quickly like this it will have solved easily. Mo sọ pé owó hang bẹ́ẹ̀ ló hang but wọ́n ti sọ fún mi wọ́n ti confam Káyọ̀dé Mọ̀lá ní parọ́ fún mi tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá mi tán pè ní Káyọ̀dé Mọ̀lá ṣe rántí October ibẹ̀ la lọ ní Wales pẹ̀lú èmi àti bá mi ní October ni mo sọ o Káyọ̀dé Mọ̀lá bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ mo rẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn Yorùbá world media kò ní bàjẹ́ fún gbogbo wa but èmi ò ní ṣiṣẹ́ kí n fọwọ́ mi dànù ètí bá dẹ̀ sọ ní bíbáyìí confam ni mo sọ fún yín pé tó bá mú the first 10 people in this movement wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ mú mi mọ́ wọn àṣìṣe débẹ̀ ni àdúpẹ́ fọlọ́run and we are never going to compromise this movement. Tinubu ò lè rà mí wọ́n bíbá bẹ́ẹ̀ dání mo sọ kò sẹ́ni tó lè rà wá orúkọ làwọn ń sáré fún because èmi mọ̀ pé dúdùn lọ́sàn máa sun after 100 years pẹ̀lú age mi wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ máa sáyàn sórùn ni káwa náà ti máa lọ ká ti dágbére ká máa lọ 140 years kí ni mo tún ṣe láyé bò wá máa rántí pé bọ̀bọ̀ kan wà wọ́n máa fi ṣe lecture ni wọ́n máa fi Koikimedia wọ́n máa fi ṣe program wọ́n máa fi ṣe lecture ó máa di course ní gbogbo university nílẹ̀ Yorùbá iṣẹ́ táwa ń ṣe sílẹ̀ nìyẹn n ti máa jẹ kò ní kọjá mi tàbádẹ́ ní kẹ́ fún wa lówó à ní kẹ́ fún wa lówó torí pé a nífẹ̀ẹ́ yín ni torí àfi lọ gbowó lọ́wọ́ Ṣèyí Tinubu àdẹ̀fẹ́ gbowó lọ́wọ́ any politician a fẹ́ jẹ́ kọ́mọ Yorùbá contribute so that ẹ lè sọ pé Koiki shut up mo dáwó síbẹ̀ but ẹ má fọwọ́ sí ẹnu wa pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ rálì o torí mo ti rí ẹ̀yin platform kan mo ní dárúkọ ìlú náà mo sì respect gbogbo yín ni o mo ti kàǹtẹ̀ kọ síbẹ̀ yẹn o máa fà ń jáde bí ọmọ ọjọ́ mẹ́jọ tẹ́yìn bá ní nǹkan mi tẹ́ fẹ́ ṣe ni ẹ tẹ̀ sẹ́kọ̀ kẹ́ lọ bá bàbá Akíntóyè Ọlọ́run àforíjì ìyá wa tó kú Ọlọ́run àforíjì ìyá wa tó kú she died in exile mo sì láǹfààní àti bá bàbá mo gbóhùn bàbá lánàá bàbá ní ara òun le koko ni tára bàbá bá le koko ara àwọn ọmọ gbọ́dọ̀ le ju bàbá lọ torí bàbá ni bàbá máa jẹ́ at 89 years old tó bá divide age bàbá bí mi lẹ́ẹ̀mẹ́ 300 kọ́lọ́ bá ń dúró ti bàbá yẹn ìwọ ọmọ Yorùbá ṣe wá ń sọ fún wa pé Nàìjíríà máa da orí ẹ̀ ti gbálẹ̀ you are a bomb bastard nìyẹn ṣé ìwọ dàgbà ju bàbá Akíntóyè lọ ṣé Tinubu dàgbà ju bàbá Akíntóyè lọ we continue to respect Tinubu but we are telling him that it is time to look into the issues of the Yoruba people in Nigeria jókòó àti ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ programu warming up lélẹ́yìí a lè bá pẹ́ lórí ẹ̀ a busy gan ọdún ti fẹ́ parí a gbọ́dọ̀ ṣàdúrà tó bá dago 12 ní sẹ́mi náà máa bọ́ sí àwọn abẹ́ ọlọ́run jọ fún alẹ́ mi gúngùn Yorùbá nation já rí ṣe àbí wọ́n ní ṣàdúrà ni ẹ jókòó mọ̀ bọ̀ mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan say very good evening and welcome to the live transmission on Koikimedia. Koikimedia, you bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn tí mi mo lè dá ṣe níbi tí mo ti ń káàkiri inú òtútù àwọn ọmọ yẹn á jókòó wọ́n máa wá news àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ò lọ sórí Twitter wa ẹ bá wa retweet àwọn ọmọ Igbo ẹ wá ní mò ń support ọmọ Igbo a máa bá mi retweet ọmọ Yorùbá wà ń bẹ́ẹ̀ bá mi 2025 màmá kọ́ọ̀lù gbogbo yẹn out ni bàbá mi Kúnlé Ṣítà ṣe ń follow wa lórí Twitter ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà labroad ẹ̀ lè sọ fún mi pé ẹ̀ ní data láti follow mi lórí Twitter mọ̀ sí mi follow mi lórí Twitter. Okay all right ní sùúrù mò ń bọ̀ ẹ̀yin wa ẹ máa gbọ́ ìlọ mò ń bọ̀ mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà níbí báyìí a máa padà wá ẹ fún mi ní few minutes ẹ máa fún mi ní few minutes mo ń padà bọ̀ àsálọ torí pé kí ni iṣẹ́ ń tẹ̀síwájú ni kí ló sọ Jagaban ẹ jẹ́ ká fi Jagaban sílẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ gbọ́ ilé mò ń bọ̀ arákùnrin.
When this collapse comes, and it's going to come, we in the UK are going to need to have some serious reflection on mistakes that have been made and especially our foreign policy in history. And we're going to have to rely on these nations that we've been stealing from for years to deal with us because we need them. We're not like Russia. We're not self-sufficient. Russia has its own oil, its own food, it doesn't have to import anything. It can survive without the world. We, a tiny little island, do not have that luxury. We need to import. That's why we've stolen so much shit in the history. So what happens, do you think, in the next decade as African countries are rising and getting more powerful? And the Western countries that had them under their heel for so long, like the UK where I live, are on the way down and their economies are collapsing. What help do you think we're going to get from those countries that are becoming more powerful? How do you think that the Africans are going to look towards the English with regards to trade deals and buying their uranium off them if we need to? They're not going to look too kindly, are they? Especially if there's absolutely no apologies whatsoever. And as far as I can tell, this country doesn't apologize for jack shit. And the reason it doesn't apologize is because if it apologized for the stuff that it's done, it'd have to start giving back all of the stuff that it's stolen. I've spent hours inside the British Museum. That place is it's a treasure trove. It's incredible. And it's nearly all nicked. And we're going to have to, in the UK, in the West, really start looking at our place in the world and really start looking as to whether we really do value the things that we say we do. I saw somebody earlier. You know,
British, English, not Japanese.
When this collapse comes, and it's going to come, we in the UK are going to need to have some serious reflection on mistakes that have been made and especially our foreign policy in history. And we're going to have to rely on these nations that we've been stealing from for years to deal with us because we need them. We're not like Russia. We're not self-sufficient. Russia has its own oil, its own food, it doesn't have to import anything. It can survive without the world. We, a tiny little island, do not have that luxury. We need to import. That's why we've stolen so much shit in the history. So what happens, do you think, in the next decade as African countries are rising and getting more powerful? And the Western countries that had them under their heel for so long, like the UK where I live, are on the way down and their economies are collapsing. what help do you think we're going to get from those countries that are becoming more powerful? How do you think that the Africans are going to look towards the English with regards to trade deals and buying their uranium off them if we need to? They're not going to look too kindly, are they? Especially if there's absolutely no apologies whatsoever. And as far as I can tell, this country doesn't apologize for jack shit. And the reason it doesn't apologise is because if it apologised for the stuff that it's done, it'd have to start giving back all of the stuff that it's stolen. I've spent hours inside the British Museum. That place is an absolute, it's a treasure trove. It's incredible. And it's nearly all nicked. And we're going to have to, in the UK, in the West, really start looking at our place in the world and really start looking as to whether we really do value the things that we say we do. I saw somebody earlier saying, you know, this is what the West do. They just play pretend. It's no wonder the West now accept a man being a woman if he just identifies as one, because we in the UK have been identifying as a nation that is on the side of law and order, a nation that values free speech as it's censoring everybody, a nation that values freedom of the press and is a shining light and a beacon for freedom of the press throughout the world, whilst it's literally torturing the best journalists the world has ever seen in its capital. No. We say we are these things. Our government says them all the time. The diplomats are like that. But it's just all hot air. Nothing we do as a country backs up what these people are saying.
No, what if Julian Assange is still, but while he was doing this video, nothing. Julian Assange was still being held.
I love my country, and that's what I want my country to turn into, to be.
Just like we love our country, Yoruba country. But right now, Nigeria is not working.
I think it's the most patriotic thing a person can do.
To love your country.
I talk about these things, people call me a Putin puppet. They've been propagandized to such a degree. They don't know their allies when they meet them. And we've got some serious apologising to do in this country to all of these nations that we have stolen from, to all of these nations whose leaders we've helped assassinate and overthrow, all of these coups that we've done around the world in countries just because we didn't like what they did. So we killed them and we overthrew them and we put in a dictator who created a secret service and was just brutal to the people in that country. We didn't care. As long as we carried on getting the oil. We're meant to be a country that cares about these things, that cares about truth and honesty and justice.
No justice.
This country prides itself on the UK justice system.
Can you see that?
Well, there's no greater injustice in this world right now than the imprisonment of Julian Assange.
Julian Assange has been released now. Once he released it,
in the UK,
he has been released after so much pressure.
And to all those people in Africa,
Chengbo, you and Africa,
rise up.
Rise up.
I'm in the West and I'm fighting for you. And we really are the people in the country, the people in the UK, the people in this chat in the UK who know the truth. We're on your side.
On our side, but
we want our country to be the things that it says it is, but it's not. Clearly not.
UK
really do
America
wish to see the rise of Africa in my life.
See the rise of Yoruba country, Biafra country,
we're seeing at the moment the rise of Russia and China. I'd love Africa to go with that as well. But this is not good for the West, especially if we carry on.
So this was before Julian Assange was arrested, but right now Julian Assange is free. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ìyá wa tí ẹ ti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa pé ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ìkànnì aláyọ̀ tí à ń pè ní Koikimedia, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Èyí ni the last day of the month. Ẹ fẹ́ lè sọ pé àbí kò ní jáde àbó máa jáde. Gbogbo yín ti mọ̀ pé a ti jáde láàárọ̀ ní almost 6 o'clock in the morning, but a busy díẹ̀ àmọ́ kò sí bá ṣe fẹ́ busy tó tí a gbọ́dọ̀ fi àyè sílẹ̀ fún àwa ìran ọmọ aládé torí pé ìran ọmọ aládé wọ́n fẹ́ máa gbọ́ continuous awareness torí pé àwọn ò ń ṣe jàgídíjàgan a kì í ṣe Boko Haram a kì í ṣe ISIS a kì í ṣe ISWAP a kì í ṣe ọ̀daràn a dẹ̀ ń ṣe secessionist a dẹ̀ ń ṣe coup plot tàbí Buhari so a máa play anthem wa gbogbo ọ́díò wa ta máa ń fi ránṣẹ́ káàkiri ìdí ta ṣe ń ṣàwọn ọ́díò yìí tẹ́yìn bá rí kódà bó jẹ́ chọ́ọ̀chì ẹ jù síbẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ kó question ní pé kí lè léyìn ṣe pẹ̀lú church kí lè léyìn ṣe pẹ̀lú mọ́ṣáláṣí ọ̀ kí lè léyìn ṣe pẹ̀lú group wa ẹ wá ṣàlàyé fún wọn pé in tó da náà là ń sọ níbí báyìí eléyìí tí mo gbé wáyé náà in tó da náà ni kò ṣe gbogbo èèyàn ló máa gbà pé kí Yorùbá kó dá dúró kó gba country ń bọ̀ ẹ má bínú ẹjọ́ ọmọ mi ẹ mọ̀ táwọn ọmọ ìlú òyìnbó bá ti ń lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn a gbọ́dọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ ilé mọ̀ ń bọ̀.
The cost of fuel has gone up. Food and other prices have followed it. Households and businesses struggling. Things seem anxious and uncertain. I understand the hardship you face. I wish there were other ways, but yes.
Gbogbo ara wọn tèkì tí àbí wọ́n sì gbòòrò Ìgbòho wọ́n ti wà confused the love is too much gbogbo àwọn ti rálì àwọn tí àdúgbò fọlọ pé Ọlọ́run túbọ̀ bá wa dá bàbá wa olóyè Ìgbòho kó bá wa lọ́rọ̀ ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ kó bá wa fún ní ẹ̀mí gígùn àtàlàáfíà kó bá wa dúró ti àwọn ìyàwó àtàwọn ọmọ kó dẹ̀ dúró ti gbogbo ìran Yorùbá náà Yorùbá country òun náà ni à ń torí ẹ̀ ṣe ariwo tá à ń pa lórí social media àwọn kan ní ẹ̀kọ́ ń pariwo ní kò ní débì kankan ok jọ gbọ́ èdè náà mò ń bọ̀. Kí gbogbo wa pé ẹ káàbọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí tí mo fi ń kí yín pé a kú ìpalẹ̀mọ́ ọdún tuntun mo lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mú kí grandma Àwọníyì kò ṣe pé àwọn lọ́kọ́kọ́ wọlé àmọ́ àwọn ni ọkàn mi ní kí n kọ́kọ́ kí bàbá mi Waris Jinadu ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Koiki ó parọ́ Julian Assange ó ti padà pẹ̀lú family ẹ̀ he was held in captivity in Belmarsh prison gbogbo ẹni tó bá wà ní ìtúmọ́lẹ̀ ẹni tó wà ní ibi tó dé mọ́ pẹ̀lú àwọn àrùn Yorùbá ta fi ń béèrè fún Yorùbá country pa fi kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà torí wọ́n dè wá sínú ẹ̀ ni ó lè dàbí pọ́npẹ́ but Ọlọ́run tó ní gbogbo wa á tú wálẹ̀ bó ṣe tú Julian Assange sílẹ̀ Julian Assange is spending the first ever Christmas after a very long time. Kódà nínú ibi tó wà ó padà bí ọmọ, ó dà pọ̀ ọmọ méjì ló bí Mr. Waris Jinadu, ẹ bá mi check. Ó ṣe jigijigi, ọkùnrin níbi tí ìyàwó ẹ̀ ti lọ ń bá nínú Ecuador embassy, ó sáré gbàsí fún pápò, ó dánmọ lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀. While he was in captivity, ìyàwó ẹ̀ bímọ níta. So ìwọ tó ń sọ pé inú Yorùbá nation tẹ́ ẹ̀ ń bọ̀ yìí, Yorùbá country tẹ́ ẹ̀ ń sọ pé ó ń bọ̀ yìí, ẹ kàn ń da gbogbo ẹ̀rú ni, ẹ kò tẹ̀ yé wa, a rò pé gbogbo yín ní ọpọlọ ni, àwọn kan ló ń sọ yẹn o. Tí bá bẹ́ẹ̀ bá tó bẹ́ẹ̀, ìwọ lọ ṣe. Wọ́n mọ̀ páwọn ò lè ṣe é. Ẹ wo gbogbo agídí ìdúpọ̀ onítìrì, ẹgbìgì agbègbè agbàgbà ọ̀nà ló débẹ̀, ọ̀nà ti fún wa ṣe, àti gba kọ́ńtírì, àti ìjìnlẹ̀ nísìn ó ti change topic báyìí. Kò rí topic mi. A ní kí gbogbo akátọ̀ sójú kan, wọ́n náà wọ́n yá bàrà kúrò lẹ́yìn bàbá Akíntóyè. Àti gba kọ́ńtírì wa, àti wà lórílẹ̀‐èdè tiwa, àwọn wèrè, àwọn òsínwín people. Ẹ wo bí tẹ bá rí ayé yín dé. Mo ní Yorùbá nation orí social media kò ló ti máa happen, but social media is the engagement, kájọ engage. Ẹ jẹ́ kí àwọn èèyàn tó wà lórí ètò tí àwọn tó máa fún wa lówó lálẹ́ yìí, a fi gba £5, a fi gba £10, a fi gba náírà. Ọdún tuntun là ń lọ yìí, iléeṣẹ́ yìí ní ìdówó. Ìyá mi Táíwò Kíkẹ́ Fásánmi, ìyá yẹn gbéra ní Kuwait níbi tó wà. Ṣé Kuwait lẹ́wà bí Qatar? Ó lọlé nígbà tí olóyè ń ṣe bẹ́rí àmàmà rẹ̀, ó raṣọ, ó lọlé, ó ní ọmọ Yorùbá lòun. Ó lọlé, ìyá Táíwò Kíkẹ́ tẹ̀ ń rí tó ń jubilate ní Facebook yìí, ó ra tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì, ó torí Ìgbòho lọlé. Èwo ni wọ́n máa ṣe nítorí Yorùbá country? Tó ti bá nítorí Ìgbòho nísìn, ṣé wọ́n ní aṣọ Ìgbòho di Ọlọ́run àti máa sọ Ìgbòho di Ọlọ́run? So wọ́n ti ń bá mi fà káùntì síta, ẹ donate fún journalist. But ìyá mi àbí bàbá kan confirm nísìn, wọ́n ní Koiki Iyọlá Adédoyin, wọ́n ní yes Mr. Koiki, I think the problem is resolved, my payment to the account not being returned back to my account again, it is very afẹ́jẹ́ kó stable náà ni, kí nǹkan stable làwa fẹ́, àwọn ń dà nǹkan rú. Ibi tó bá fẹ́ há sí ká tètè sọ síta kó lè resolve. Mo kí bàbá wa Babalọ́lá, mo kí Mr. Kọ́lá Lawal, Bless Ugo, kọ́lọ̀ ń bá wa tú Simon Ekpa sílẹ̀. Èèyàn mi dáadáa ni. Because there's no other privilege to have a number that you can ring and Simon Ekpa will pick it up. It was a privilege that I never abused. But in a movement or in their own country, I want to gba country, and we must accept it. Ká iṣẹ́ bá ṣe ń gba country nìyẹn. Shut up. At least wọ́n ṣàbẹ́tà ju tàwọn Dúpẹ́ lọ. Torí kò sẹ́ni tó gbọ́ tàwọn Dúpẹ́ mọ́ báyìí. Lóòótọ́ àwọn Biafra, they are going through a lot right now. But mo mọ̀ pé dúdú ló sọ máa sùn. So ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa, mo máa ń kí yín. Prince Adébáyọ̀ Shitu, mo kí yín dáadáa. All hail Biafra. I still give you kudos from the Bashede, and it is not yet over. Sit at home. Tó bá sọ pé sit at home náà ni níjọ́ Monday. Wọ́n bí dá díẹ̀ dà kó lọ sí kóká. Gọ́vnọ̀ gan Abuja ló ń gbé. So mo lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo kí bàbá wa Kọ́lá Omilabu. Wọ́n ní we have people thinking upside down in our country. Ìjọba wọn jẹ̀jẹ̀kújẹ ni. Àwọn kan ní ẹ máa sọ pé Yorùbá nation nìkan, ẹ máa fi country yẹn sí ẹlòmíì nílé kò mọ difference between nation and country. Even though pé méjèèjì is same. Bọ́yẹ̀ wọn kí country la máa ń gbọ́, Nigeria is a country. Yorùbá nation or Yorùbá country kan. So mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí. Mo lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tó ń gbé káàkiri ilẹ̀ Yorùbá 2024. It will be a year tá máa rántí for a very long time. Okay, Kuwait ló wà, ẹ ṣé gan ìyá mi. Ó tó bẹ́ẹ̀ kó gbówó Kuwait jáde, ó gbọ́dọ̀ dọ́gbọ́n sí ni. Wọ́n fẹ́ yẹ káwọn èèyàn gbówó jáde ńbẹ̀. Owó wọn powerful gan. Mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tó ń gbé ní Iraq. Mo rí ìyá wa Yínká TNT níjọ́ kan tó post fídíò kan táwọn girls kan sunkún ẹ bá wa pé àǹtí Yínká TNT but àwọn tó máa pè òun ni Àbíkẹ́ Dábírí ó dẹ̀ ń try mi pọ̀jọ́ ká lọ ní Àbíkẹ́ Dábírí èèyàn mi dáadáa tí mo mọ̀ ni ọmọ Yorùbá ní gbogbo wa while I was still within the Nigerian community mo rántí ìjọ kan tó ń ṣe Kanuk òfin a máa ń jà gan àwa Yorùbá tá a bá dá ẹgbẹ́ sílẹ̀ a máa ń jà a máa ń dà nǹkan rú but ká kọ̀ wá focus ká make sure pé a bá fẹ́ dàrú yẹn kó line rẹ̀ padà mo wà nínú Nigerian embassy Àbíkẹ́ sọ fún mi pé kí n jọ kí n má jẹ́ kí fídíò yẹn kó jáde síta rárá wọ́n fẹ́ náà wọ́n fọ́gi mọ́ra wọn lórí I am not making this up àwọn tó ṣojú ẹ̀ sì wà láyé mo mọ̀ bí Gbẹ̀du wà níbẹ̀ níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn brother mi Gbẹ̀du magazine wọ́n fẹ́ fọ́gi nínú embassy tó ń gbóná burúkú lórí pé ká jẹ Kanuk chairman àwọn kan fẹ́ lọ sọ́nà wọ́n fẹ́ dà kan rú wọ́n ti lọ it was so interesting and I remember Abike was looking at me and say hey bàbá tó jókòó yẹn hey tó ń record òun máa kún record ó máa gbé ọ̀rọ̀ tá à ń ṣe bíbá jáde o ó kọ́ wa bá mi pé brother a máa yanjú ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà ń bíbá yìí gbogbo tẹ bá fẹ́ record ẹ má jẹ́ kí lè tán ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ẹ má yẹ kó jáde sí public so lẹ́ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan ní tí kò jẹ́ kó lọ sí public á lọ public ilẹ̀ ayé láti bá kò dẹ̀ sí tó ń bọ̀ lókè tílẹ̀ yóò gbà ilẹ̀ Yorùbá máa dúró kò sí nǹkan tẹ́nì kankan lè ṣe sí yẹn èmi kọ́ ni mò ń sọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo èèyàn ọmọ Yorùbá la jọ ń sọ lóòótọ́ àwọn kan lè fẹ́ dàrú Idris Moke but Africans don't understand this I don't know how they can understand anymore mo ní láti 1st of next year a kàn máa lọ live lórí Koikimedia pé láti sọ fún yín pé a ti wà live o so that ẹni tó bá rí fídíò yẹn a máa lọ wá ibi tá a ti ń ṣe live yẹn torí àmì ṣe mo sọ fún yín pé kò fún mi ní revenue owó ni ọmọ mi ti gbé cheesecake jáde ó yá ẹ bá ń gé tèmi náà kí n máa gé sí wọn lẹ́nu níbí báyìí cheesecake mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí i. àbọ̀rọ̀ mo yẹ yín nísìn Tony Aegis mo kí ẹ Yorùbá country no going back òun náà ní Yorùbá nation dáa bá tún ní Yorùbá country kí lìgbàdẹ tún bẹ̀rẹ̀ Yorùbá country torí ẹlòmíì kankan yé wọn ọ̀nà àdẹ̀jẹ̀ kó yé wa so mo kí àṣírí ìkọ̀kọ̀ Elédùmarè mo kí gbogbo àwọn tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ tó jẹ́ àwọn security ọmọ Yorùbá Ọlọ́run bá dúró tì wá kò ní fi wá sílẹ̀ bàbá mi Akínládé Olúwa fún mi lọ́lá mo kí yín mo kí àwọn tó ń bẹ lórí Twitter space Ògúnmọ́lá Abíọ́dún ní a wonderful evening mo ní nígbà tó bá tásìkò èmi àti ẹjọ́ máa lọ jẹ̀gúnfe àwọn ará Ìbàdàn like àmàlà àwọn ará Ìjẹ̀bú-Òde like ẹ̀bà tó tutù kó wá fi kọ̀kọ̀rẹ́ jẹ Ifágbémilékè mo kí gbogbo èèyàn wa ẹ jẹ́ ká wọnú ètò lọ torí àní àsìkò púpọ̀ àwọn tó dẹ̀ wá ń lé wọn náà wọ̀n ní data kí ni mo mú wá ìyá mi Ṣẹ̀rífà Àṣàkẹ́ TV mo fojú parẹ́ láyé ìyá dáadáa mo kí Òjíṣẹ́ TV mo kí Yorùbá Space TV ta ló tún máa ń lo fídíò mi dáadáa there's another one like that ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá wá ń wo fídíò yẹn tẹ́ máa ń béèrè account number èmi ni kẹ́ wá ẹwẹ́ mi àwọn yẹn kàn ń bá wa produce dáadáa ni èmi ni kẹ́ wá kẹ́ bá wa wá bẹ ṣe máa fún wa lówó yẹn torí a fi make sure pé a rí gbogbo owó yẹn gbà àmàlà dúdú ìyá yìí mọ̀ tó dáa àmàlà dúdú àtewédú ẹ wá mọ̀ pé ewédú oníṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe lára ewédú ní tó ń ṣe lára 92 Ọlámi sọ pé Arab money ó ní successful is a must láṣẹdùmarè àwa kọ́ là ń sọ ohun tá a fi ń sọ yẹn lélẹ́dùmarè lọ́lọ́run Jésù Ànábì Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam ló ń gbọ́ ìlú tó bá ti ń tẹ̀jẹ̀ sílẹ̀ ìlú yẹn ó di dandan pé kí search beam kó wà lórí ìlú yẹn kí ló ń pè ní search beam máa fi wọ̀n ẹ́ irú àwọn tá a máa ń ní àwọn náà máa ń ní torchlight torí a kì í mọ̀ níjọ́ mi tó bá jáde tí gbogbo ẹ̀ bá lọ dúdú pápá I just hope pé torchlight mi ṣe ń ṣiṣẹ́ yeah give me now má dojú tì mí ibo ni torchlight mi wà mo ní torchlight náà kó tí mo ti yọ kúrò ní wọ́n bá dẹ̀ káwọn ọmọ yẹn ti gbà lọ́wọ́ mi wọ́n ti mo ti sẹ́ndẹ̀ lọ́lé ní gbogbo nǹkan ló bẹ̀ máa ń sẹ́ndẹ̀ lọ sílé látẹ̀ níná kò fi ránṣẹ́ sílé ni irọ́ Yorùbá nation onáwọ̀ kí náà ní parọ́ nínú bíbá yìí orí irọ́ ló máa ní kíní ibi tí mo rò pé ó wà lélẹ̀ but inú main bag ló wà inú main bag ibi tí mo ti mú lélẹ̀ kò ń ṣe pé kíní military bag mi inú kékeré ni mo rò pé ó wà which is this one ẹ̀rí flag mi bí ṣe ń gbé káàkiri nìyẹn. intan wo yìí iná mọ̀nàmọ́ná ẹ má bínú pé mò ń tàn sí i lójú Nigeria is a search beam problem wà nínú ẹ̀ èmi máa ń like experiment nǹkan problem wà nínú Nigeria kí wá ní problem yẹn Yorùbá fẹ́ lọ Igbo fẹ́ lọ Haúsá náà wọ́n lọ a ti parí Christmas Mr. Adesina Sulaimon wọ́n ní Merry Christmas bàbá yóò fẹ́ jẹ́ kí Christmas lọ ṣe ṣáà fún àwọn ọmọ ní gift ṣe fún girlfriend ní gift ṣe fún mọ́mì náà ní gift àwa ti náwó Christmas báyìí kọ́lọ̀ tí tó ń bọ̀ lọ́dún tó ń bọ̀ Nàìjíríà ó ti di òkú ẹ gbé fún mi èdè mọ́ nìkan mi cheesecake ni homemade àbí ó lè má tàbí kí ni mo fẹ́ fà lálẹ́ ni pé Australia ti sọ fáwọn ọmọ wọn o bọ́dẹ̀ ṣe ń sọ fáwọn ọmọ wọn lèmi náà wá sọ fún ọmọ Yorùbá o pé Nàìjíríà Koiki jáde kó lọ sọ fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pé nǹkan kan ti ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú Nàìjíríà o kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ wáyé tó jẹ́ pé Nàìjíríà máa ń wà nínú ṣe eré ìtẹ́ máa ní Koiki lọ mú bad news wá ṣẹ́jọ́ tèmi ni ọ̀nà fún ni ohun ẹranko pẹ́ lẹ́nu àbí ìyá mi Àṣàkẹ́ ṣé mo gbà dáadáa ohun ẹranko pẹ́ lẹ́nu kọ̀lọ̀kọ̀lọ̀ fún ló fi gbé lọ ìwọ náà fẹ́ jẹ technology ò ti dé bẹ́ẹ̀ ó kù díẹ̀ abúlá nìyẹn ẹ jẹ́ ká padà sórí program mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn tíìmù mi kódà mo busy díẹ̀ mo ṣe rí àwọn ni mo gbà àwọn ọmọ yìí máa jẹ kínní tán nǹkan tó dùn tó you have abere tonight okay abere you want abere tonight hey you abere you have abere tonight abere you don't want abere capsule a máa rà fún yín ẹ̀gbọ́n mi tímẹ̀tì ní capsule ní kó rà má yọ àwọn ọmọ yìí lẹ́nu ṣàfi sínú capsule a máa dissolve wọn lára mo ṣe rí news yìí ni just kí n tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ program yìí ọ̀rọ̀ update lórí owó ni mo fi wá sọ but mo realize pé mo ti ṣe video mo ti ṣe audio ibi tá a bá dẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ ó ń travel lọ ní afẹ́fẹ́ ni so yẹn ti wà sorted out ọmọ Yorùbá tó bá tún wá concern á jẹ́ pé ẹ̀ trust ilé iṣẹ́ ìmọ̀ nìyẹn nígbà tí mo tún jáde nísìn tí mo ti sọ fún yín pé issue yẹn ti wà resolve tẹ bá tún wá ní ẹ̀wá tẹ́gùn tẹ fẹ́ sí irọ́ ni o mo jáde ju pé confirmation ti sọ fún mi from the lead wọ́n dẹ̀ ń tó nǹkan ọlọ́run àdẹ́bà wọn tó àdúrà ní ká máa ṣe fún wọn káwá dẹ̀ fún wọn lówó ká support ká fowó ṣe àwọn bàbá tiwa mo sọ wọ́n ní tẹ́gbẹ́ bá ń dára látọ̀dọ̀ olórí ẹgbẹ́ ni owó ló fi ń ṣẹgbẹ́ owó àwọn kan wà á máa lift ara wa lẹ́ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan yìí náà máa gbé wá Mr. Koiki fún mi ní kékeré kan náà já sí ẹ lọ́wọ́ nígbà mi tó bá ní kí o béèrè màá ní mo ò ní ẹ ṣe gan ni bàbá mi ọlá wọ́n ní I like that food Yorùbá is a great nation Australia ẹ jẹ́ ká padà sínú program aago 6:00 ló fẹ́ lù ní United Kingdom ní London níbi tí mo ti ń gbé tó ìkàjẹ́ wàrí jìnnàdún ní torchlight tí àwọn nọ́ọ̀sì ń lò ní location 419 ní hospital this is what they are using for operation in Nigeria ṣé mo parọ́ mọ́ am I lying against Nigeria? Have you never heard that hospital that are operating people, they are using torchlight, not even a normal light, because electricity failed for the last 60. Kò ń ṣe Tinubu ló fail electricity, but it's part of the problem because òun ló náà fi lọ ṣe èmi ló kàn. Mo kí gbogbo èèyàn wa. Australia, kí ló dé tó Australia? One, kí ló ń pè ní one ní Yorùbá? ó fi Australia won citizens tó bá ní citizens tó fi SC kò ń ṣe méjì kò ń ṣe mẹ́ta wọ́n kó gbogbo ẹ̀ papọ̀ but àwọn kì í ṣe Australia citizens but ẹ̀tọ́ ni pé ká sọ fẹ́yìn ọmọ Yorùbá pé ewu tá à ń sọ yìí ó ń bọ̀ ìkìlọ̀ máa kọ́ èdè ní bíbá ẹ̀ olóyè ló máa ń tó bá pè mí lórí fóònù ló máa ń sọ pé tó bá ń rán mi iṣẹ́ tó bá wá ń sọ àwọn Yorùbá yẹn lọ a ní coordinator ṣé ẹ kọ́lẹ̀ mo ní ẹ jẹ́ ń kọ́lẹ̀ torí mo ti gbàgbé tẹ́ ń sọ yìí àfi tẹ́ bá fohùn ránṣẹ́ tí máa gbọ́ tí ó ti bá ti dórí program báyìí bí olóyè ṣe ní kí n sọ ẹ ní Yorùbá yẹn ọmọ irọ́ ni o mo máa ń gbẹlura wọn ni ìyẹn mo ṣe máa ń ṣe English kọ́lọ́n kó ṣá gbogbo apáta la ṣe máa lọ kọ́ èdè ṣe gan ni ìkìlọ̀ Australia fi ìkìlọ̀ ránṣẹ́ sáwọn ọmọ ìlú rẹ̀ ṣé ẹ̀dà yẹn lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ Australia fi ìkìlọ̀ ránṣẹ́ irú ìkìlọ̀ wo ẹ̀bí mi ni bàbá mi Akínládé ní Koiki before 2027 Yorùbá country will stand àwọn èèyàn sọ pé amen tó bá yẹ pé Pastor Jerry ló ń ṣàdúrà báyìí tèmi náà wà lábẹ́ ètò yẹn tó bá yẹ pé bàbá mi àwọn CAC tó bá jẹ́ bàbá mi Prophet Ṣẹ́gun Adébáyọ̀ ló ń ṣàdúrà lọ tọ́nà àwọn ṣàdúrà Nàìjíríà tó bá yẹ pé bàbá mi G.O. Adébóyè ló ń ṣàdúrà lọ ẹ máa ṣàmì wọ́n ní by 2027 ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tá à ń pètò fún tí Koiki ń ṣàìsùn tí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ń ṣàìsùn wọ́n ní ó ti di dandan pé kó bọ́ sí ààrẹ ní ṣàmì àmọ́rú atẹ́gùn tó ń lọ báyìí torí atẹ́gùn kan ń lọ káàkiri àwọn atẹ́gùn tó da ló máa kọlù àwa atẹ́gùn burúkú ò ní kọlù wá torí tó bá wo plane crash tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní South Korea ìkúnlẹ̀ abiyamọ máa ṣe é tó bá rí báwọn èèyàn ṣe náà ń jọ èmi ò rí fídíò bọ̀ wọ́n ní bó ṣe ń ju ọmọ nígbà tí ìyá mi Naomi ìyá dáadáa tó ní àníyàn tó dá àti brother mi I am not doing it for fame I don't need to know them èmi gan mọ̀ mí bó ṣe mọ Oríyọmí Hamzat lọ́mọ Koiki bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n sọ bó ṣe ń tọ́ ṣe yẹn ṣó rọ́ǹgì ni àní ìjọba òfò ìjọba àdánù tá à ń sọ fún pé ìtẹ́ ń ṣe yìí ìkìlọ̀ ti wá láti Australia fáwọn ọmọ wọn wọ́n ní Koiki bá ń pariwo ẹ̀ síta bóyá ọmọ Yorùbá náà àfetí kọ́ ilé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àwọn èèyàn ti ń ṣàmìlẹ̀ lórí ká fi máa rí nìyẹn tá bá ní wọ́n ní nǹkan kan máa ṣẹlẹ̀ torí gbogbo ala ní àṣẹ lẹ́nu ọmọ aláṣẹ ni wá Fẹ́mi juju music èmi fẹ́ máa mo like juju music ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ló ní àṣà ló ní èdè ló ní gbogbo nǹkan ẹ wo bí tá wà lénìí Australia wa náà ń fi ìkìlọ̀ ránṣẹ́ o ẹ dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ìkìlọ̀ tó bá wá wọn ń sọ̀rọ̀ tán délẹ̀ mo kí pay cash ẹni tí ì báyìí tí ì rorúkọ ẹ má bínú gbogbo ẹ̀yin silent watchers ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí floor tẹ́ ń faṣẹ́ àwọn kan máa ṣiṣẹ́ báyìí àwọn kan ti wà nínú prayer house ẹ má yẹ ká attack Christian and Muslim ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà ńlẹ̀ yìí àwọn olóṣèlú bóyá Elédùmarè Ọlọ́run ọba ti Jésù ànábì bóyá kó sí wọn nínú bóyá wá fetí gbọ́n tá à ń sọ we don't hate them but we dislike them for making life difficult for our people ìyà yìí ti pọ̀ jù. Australia fi ìkìlọ̀ ránṣẹ́ o ìyá mi mo dẹ̀ pé Tasha Sheikh tó bá máa tún program yìí ṣe báyìí òun máa lo àwọn headline tó dalé lórí Australia fi ìkìlọ̀ ránṣẹ́ sí ìlú wo ó ṣe jẹ́ Nàìjíríà why Nàìjíríà tabarẹ́ni tó fẹ́ bá pè wọlé line wà open mo kí yẹ gbogbo èyí tẹ̀ ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa mo kí yín o àṣeyí ṣàmọ́dún o Oyèrónkẹ́ Ọlánìyàn mo kí yín mo kí ẹ̀yin ọkùnrin mo kí obìnrin mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá àwa Yorùbá ìyá mi Ṣadé lótọ̀ ẹ ti fi ọ́díò sílẹ̀ mo ì tí gbọ́ àtàgò aago márùn-ún mo make sure pé bọ́ọ̀sì ti máa wọ̀ kúrò níwájú ilé mi mo mísẹ̀ torí ibi tí mò ń lọ jìn ìjọba Nàìjíríà ìjọba ìkà ìjọba Nàìjíríà ìjọba mùjẹmùjẹ ìjọba Nàìjíríà ìjọba tó ní faraàlú kò ń ṣe Tinubu ló dálẹ̀ kò ń ṣe problem pé Tinubu nìkan òun la kọ̀ máa forí ẹ̀ fágbọn nítorí pé òun ló kàn and like I always say I don't trust him I don't think he will give us Yorùbá nation but fáwọn tó ń rò pé I just use that word but. Again, in English. Australia wants citizens. Èmi ò mọ bí ṣe fẹ́ gbé ọ̀rọ̀ ìkalẹ̀. Torí èmi ò pé ogun o, àwọn ò pé ogun o. Torí ẹ ti wọ́n mi ní Koiki ní ja ogun, but tá bá bọ́kọ̀ sórí M1, a kàn máa lọ ni, but a máa dí gbogbo exit torí àfijẹ́ kẹ́ni kankan bọ́lẹ̀. Gbogbo wa la agree lórí yẹn. But bàbá Akíntóyè ní rọwọ́wọ́. Yorùbá yẹn ò jáde ní ẹ má bínú pé peace la máa fi gbà. Mo kíyàwó Rachel. Australia, ìlú yẹn jì. Ṣòwòrẹ́ débẹ̀ nígbà tó ń ṣe campaign tó fẹ́ di president. Australia is a far distance, but ìlú tó dáa ni. Gbogbo bẹ̀yẹn crocodile dẹ̀ pọ̀ níbẹ̀. Ọlọ́run máa kó lọ ẹ lọ síbẹ̀ kí crocodile lọ géèyàn jẹ. Ẹ̀yin tẹ̀dẹ̀ máa ń jẹ crocodile ní Nàìjíríà, wọn ní oúnjẹ tó dáa ni. Má sọ pé kò dáa. Bí wọn náà ṣe ń jẹ ìgúnfẹ̀ àwọn kan náà ní kò dáa. Olúkálùkù ló mọ tó ń jẹ. But let's focus on something tí mo fẹ́ gbé jáde. Èmi kọ́ ni mo sọ o. Wọ́n ní you will be you will soon be our MP. Jennifer Baseki. Ó máa ṣì jẹ́ MP nílùú yìí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo sọ. She contested in the last, but she didn't make it. But I'm sure it's a good experience for her. I've known her for 25 years. Títí bí ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí. It is not free o. Torí mi àlọ́ máa ní Koiki, ó gbọ́ pé immigration consultancy kan wà free. Nothing is free in UK o. But she does give free consultation, I think on a Friday, maybe for 10 minutes, and you will pay for the rest. Because don't come and say, Koiki ó gbọ́ program kan pé Jennifer Baseki, ó máa ń ṣe free. None of them does free o. Because wọ́n lọ kàwé fún iṣẹ́ lọ ṣe, wọ́n máa only staff, wọ́n dẹ̀ máa sanwó. And I can stand for her on immigration. Immigration is Ọlọ́run ló ní o, but they will give you advice. Jennifer Baseki wà lórí Instagram lọ wá. Let's come back. Australia wants citizens to avoid travel to Nigeria. Why must we avoid to travel to Nigeria? That is the question mark. I have continuously said for the last 365 years, 365 days. Today make it 365 days make a what? 1 year makes skinny. Should be 365 days makes. We have done 365 days. Some people don't die, you. The South Korea plane crash. I've gone back to review the video. Knowing that you go die. And you can see, she parachute. That as the plane won't land, everybody just come out inside that plane. Even if your hand fall like that, you could still get another hand. Flame, burst into the flame. 181 passenger, only 2 survive. We saw the Azerbaijan. Let's come back to why Australia is warning its citizens that don't buy your life. No, let me put it. Don't use your money to buy danger for your life. In Power Africa, we like danger. Danger. If you talk about danger, Wallahi. 365 days make a year. Washiri yadada. Typewriter ni mom say me lo fi ṣe secretary. Typewriter. But Olo upgrade her. At 70 plus, she returned back to university. Some of our friends say, Elijah, is it because they say they are giving people money? If you go back to university, my mom says it's not because of money. I wanted to study law until I had issues with my health. Yes, everybody has issues with their health. It's not a big deal. So she stopped to go for law, but she went for business management. As she's watching me right now, she has a big screen, she has a tablet, she has a laptop, she has a mobile phone that she can operate. She bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àwọn ìyá wa tó jẹ́ 70 plus, can they operate a smartphone? Who is too old to go back to school? We come back to that. That is the reason why Nigeria must end now, because it has failed every citizen. Omolu. And we will make sure that we use this platform to push more publicity for the total disintegration of Nigeria. Because what we have been talking about is what Australia is just talking now. I haven't given you why they say people should not travel. Nobody is asking me. Those of you on Instagram, it will come back because we only have 1 hour. Mr. Odutola came. Thank you. Mr. Joseph Bobo said, Koiki, it is because there's a red flag on Nigeria. Such being, red flag. There are countries looking at Nigeria say, don't allow our citizens, go and announce it now so that Koiki can hear and educate Yoruba people about why we want Yoruba country. Because these are the reasons and many others. Tashin Sokwe, Afe Yoruba country. Koiki also ni Yoruba country. She be Yoruba nation long way. It is the same. Àwọn kan ní Yoruba country. Ó kó máa tètè wọ tí àwọn èèyàn. Yoruba country wants to go. Mr. Samuel Ayomide said, 70 years old are too much. Have you even talked about 50 years old? My mom returned back to university. She did a 3-year full course. Not part-time, full-time. On Lossi University, on Lofun lecture. Thank you so much for the super chat. He did that effect so you can hear. So Koikimedia, 118 people. I'm sure if you are all on WD, somebody for don't give us super chat. But you want to give me now, you are looking at it, say, Koiki, you don't have super chat anymore. But you're not learning from super chat. At the super baby. 4 years. Mom say, me 3 years old. Come on, you can buy no. Look. Gawen to fi shake. Education is good. Don't let it is Nigeria that you want to study law. You would be there forever, and when you finish, you will be running after politicians so that you can make money. Not all of them, but majority of them. No justice system. A failed country. A terrible country. A country that Australia is now warning its citizens. Ikilo. Kilo fún wọn. What is the ikilo? Koiki Babi sọ̀rọ̀. You are going to sọ̀rọ̀ síta now. Chaya Njani. Australia says to the citizen, avoid any travel to Nigeria over terrorism. Kò ṣe terrorism nìkan. The next one, make I eat my cheesecake first, 1 minute. Because I need this energy. Kí ló ń pè ní civil unrest? Ẹ bá ń kọ sínú comment section. I no go school. I no go school. Australia say, make I tell una, pé make a drink water. This is a very important program. Share. Àwa ni ìránṣẹ́ Elédùmarè. Maybe make I change my glasses. Let's take this one. It's the same job it's doing, but I think I love this one. Australia wants citizens to avoid travel to Nigeria over terrorism and possible breakout of civil unrest. This program will not be long, so that more people will have access to watch it. I will leave it at exactly just another few more minutes. But interestingly, civil unrest is a term that describes a range of action that can be violent. So let's read quickly because we got to go now. Travel advisory. Travel advisory. The Australian government has warned its citizens against traveling to Nigeria over the high likelihood, not low, not medium, high likelihood of terrorism. Where? Australia government have noticed that Nigeria is not safe. It can turn to chaos anytime. We are not here to sit here for 2 hours. No, we gotta go now. Because as I saw this, my body they shake. What? This is what I have been telling my people for 365 days. A breakout of civil unrest. A breakout of civil unrest where nobody knows. Reconsider your need to travel to Nigeria overdue to volatile. We no go school. When they say something is volatile, I beg, help me explain. Hey, Babami Joseph, the nation is on fire. Where is the fire? There is fire on the mountain. Run, run, run. London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down. My dear lady. Reconsider. Reconsider your need to travel to Nigeria. Overall, due to volatile. Hey, Yami Pastor Mo, one Nigeria bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. Nigeria bridge is falling down. According to Australia government, it's not according to me. I don't have all the technology, the intelligence like the Australian government. I am just that young man shouting on social media that doesn't have a job. They play. You think Australia is stupid like your stupid government. Your government that doesn't respect human beings. The government that doesn't respect even the cat that was killed in Igbo's house. You dare not kill a cat in this country. Animal cruelty. A government that knew that people were hungry. Instead of them to give Naomi more support for security, they are blaming Naomi that why did she not put security so that people will not throw their baby? Is that a government? We saw that Naomi consulted, talked to the Minister for Women Affairs in Oyo, in Ibadan, but yet she did nothing. Dumb bastard. And you want to blame Oriyomi Hamzat? Abi? Oriyomi Hamzat said this. When you have a government, Oriyomi Hamzat kò ní láti dá sí anything. You don't have a government. Let's say Oriyomi Hamzat now. Many disputes should be resolved within your local government or your province. Ẹja débẹ̀ yẹn mọ́ bẹ̀ tọ́ra tí ń lọ́lé. Ilé wo là ń lọ? Ilé aláyọ̀. Àmọ́, make una hear me. Hate me or like me, the truth will be received on this platform. My name is Koikimedia. We go around the world. We bring you the news so that talk spiritual cleanses in there. Everything. Because in 2025, I don't know whether they are talking about 2025, 2026, 2027, but Australia is talking. Their government on ṣe ìkìlọ̀ fáwọn ọmọ ìlú ẹ̀. Ìwọ tó ń wò tó think about it before you make that move. If you make that move, you have decided that all the threat, all the civil unrest, all the chaos, all the kidnapping, all the violent crime, every volatile situation that happens while you are in there, you are also responsible for it. But Mami Adeyemi Koiki, you they speak grammar. Nigeria is dead. It is dead. Rest in pieces. Let's pieces this country. But Tinubu say he doesn't want to pieces it yet. Let's read further. Wọ́n máa dárúkọ àwọn state. Hey, ṣé state wọ̀ sí ń bẹ̀? Hey. Àdúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run. Kò sí state tí wá ń bẹ̀. Ọkàn mi ṣe balẹ̀ díẹ̀. Bó tó bá ń volatile láwọn state tó dárúkọ ẹ̀, ṣé kò ní ṣàn wá sọ́dọ̀ tiwa? Ṣé tó bá ń volatile níbi tó ń sọ yìí, tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí, ṣé kò ní wá sílẹ̀ Yorùbá? Torí mo orílẹ̀ Yorùbá níbẹ̀. The advisory warned Australians against traveling to Adamawa. Let it happen in Adamawa. Anambra. Imo State. Okay. Akwa Ibom. Bauchi. Bayelsa. Borno. Cross River. Gombe. Jigawa. Kaduna. Kano. Katsina. Kebbi. Kogi. Kogi, ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Kogi State. Olatunije, Nigeria, you don't copy. Òyìnbó òtún nìyẹn. There is now war between Hausa and Fulani. Nígbà wo nìyẹn bẹ̀rẹ̀? They say there is now war between Hausa and Fulani. So, is there difference between Hausa and Fulani? Help me in the comment section. Àti fẹ́ máa lọ ànípẹ́. It is not yet finished. Plateau State, Rivers State, Sokoto, Taraba, Yobe, Zamfara, due to volatile security situation. Security situation. When they say there is security situation, tell Tinubu to buckle up. We have been warning Tinubu about an imminent coup. You are saying, shut up, Koiki. You just sit in UK. You'll be talking la 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 la. You'll be talking lo 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 lo. Australia is talking now. What are you going to say? After reading this, we close the broadcast. According, not to Koikimedia, according to Australian government, there is also high threat of terrorism, kidnapping, violent crime, and the risk of civil unrest in those states. Now, do you think that when there is a civil unrest in Adamawa, let's count it, Anambra, Imo State, Akwa Ibom State, Bauchi State, Bayelsa State, Borno State, Cross River State, Gombe State, Jigawa State, Kaduna State, Kano State, Katsina State, Kebbi State, Kogi State, Niger State, Plateau State, River State, Sokoto State, Yobe State, Zamfara State, out of 36 states, 21 states are Miluluaku. Out of 36 states, 21 states of Nigeria will be experiencing volatile, insecurity, kidnapping, and the most important one, civil unrest. Now I know. Okay. Sokoto and Benin and Kebbi is boiling. Bishop Adesina, ó dùn fọ́ lórí. Àfi kó lọ mú abèrè lálẹ́ after tí wọ́n bá jẹ tán. Hausa people want to take their land back. Bàbá mi Kẹ́hìndé Salami, wọ́n ní Yorùbá nation or Yorùbá country land is not Lárúbáwá land. Ìbò la tún já sí. Ìyá mi Awoniyi Gramani, Fulani are strangers in the northern part of Nigeria like Ganduje. Ganduje na Fulani man. You don't know? Now you know. And he is the chairman of the APC. That Tinubu is the president. Hallelujah. Hosanna. Iye. Adúpẹ́ f'Ọlọ́run. Allah Akbar. Ganduje, a Fulani man, is the current APC chairman. How did that happen? Because we all went to sleep. Senegal has told France to leave the country. Hey, France is in trouble. Hey, I cite you, my doctor. Hey, doctor. You know we like doctor. Doctor are the one that give everybody shuku injection. Doki. Ekushe. Ebanki baleyi. Àfijẹ́ kétò yìí pẹ́ Potential target places where crowd gather, such as hotels, bars, restaurants, political meeting, government building, places of worship, schools, market, shopping mall, sporting event, transport hubs and network, law enforcement facility, international organization, and the camp for displaced people. Who is planning this? Compliment of the season to you, my beautiful sister. We love you so much for the work you're doing. And I've announced that all the issues in the YSDM has been taken care of. Èmi mo jáde po hang, èmi náà mo gbọ́dọ̀ tún jáde láti rectify ẹ̀. Àdẹ̀ fọwọ́ wa bà kan jẹ́. Ha! Ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń sọ yìí, a lè parí program yìí lálẹ́ yìí o. Àwa ń lọ prepare fún crossover. Mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta làwa ń ṣe sẹ́ẹ̀. Bá ṣe ń ṣọmọ ẹ̀ṣọ́, a máa ṣe ọmọ Jésù. A dẹ̀ máa ṣe tàìsùbà tá a máa fà dáadáa. An estimate 2.2 million adoption. Oh, mo tán pè bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹ bá mi kọ́ ní Yorùbá. Kí ló ń pè ní adoption? Ẹ bá bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe. I no go school. Gba school kọjá. 2.2 million Nigerians were adopted. This happened between 2023 and 2024 when Tinubu has just arrived. Ew. Jagaban. How come? Ṣé Tinubu ò lè control military ni? Ṣé Tinubu ò lè control DSS ni? Bàbá Tinubu, kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀? We love you. Put effort on the security as we go into 2025. Nítorí pé ó mọ̀ dájú pé ní northern part of Nigeria kò ń ṣẹlẹ̀ Yorùbá là ń sọ. Ewu ń bẹ níbẹ̀. Bàbá Adéyẹmí ni, I think it's got a lot to do with the World War II when the troops killed Senegalese troops because of the pension in World War II. Èèyàn ti kú gan nígbà tí Tinubu náà débẹ̀ o, àwọn tó adopt. The country statistics office is giving us this, that èèyàn 2.2 million ni wọ́n jí gbé. Tó bá mọ̀ tán pè ní adopt, àwọn tó jí gbé láti May 2023 nígbà tí Tinubu Jagaban ti ń fẹ́ gbàjọba. It is said the average amount paid as ransom for kidnapper is 2.7 million. Though bá tẹ̀ ra mọ́tò, ó lè dá business sílẹ̀ torí kò lè kọ́lé definitely. With a 2.7 million in your pocket, you should have a turnover of about another 3 million after the end of the year, if the country was fully working. If otherwise, your 2.7 million will become zero by the end of the year. Èèyàn mélòó ló rí owó ní year yìí? From January up, I'm not talking about our diaspora. Àwa tá wà ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, tá à ń pè ní Yorùbá country. Àwọn kan ní ká pè ní Yorùbá country. Àwọn kan ní Yorùbá nation ni. Yes, Hausa have stand up against Fulani, and there's a difference between the middle belt. And when you talk about let everybody go. So that means that people were selling what they don't have. People were borrowing. People were lakpo to go and release their what? After collecting so much money, they were able to collect Okada. End it as soon as I finish this, which is just the last lap. Wọ́n ní ẹ̀ńtọ́ jígbé ní Nàìjíríà, the average money tó máa san. Ta ló rántí àwọn musician kan tó jígbé in between Abuja and Kogi? Mo kí Azeez, kò ní bàjẹ́ fún ẹ. Azeez love me so much, just like every one of you, and we love him too. There is a kidnapping happening in Nigeria, in case you are not a Yoruba man. And this kidnapping occurred between the time that Tinubu is in government, an average 2.7 million was paid by the people that were adopted. How many of them? There are about 2.2 million. Multiply 2.2 million by 2.7 million. That is a money that Nigerian lost to terrorists. An estimated total ransom of 2.2 trillion was paid within that period. The musicians were about 19 or 21. How many of you remember them? We don't forget now. They paid huge amount of money to be released. Who is Mokiyami Olajire Koka? Mokiyantemi Jire Koka. Who is funding terrorism? Who is behind it? Ọmọ Yorùbá, ẹ jí ẹ má sùn. Wọ́n ti gbé wa ní gógó. A dẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ padà sílé. Ilé wo là ń sọ, ilé wa náà ni. And because I need to, because my family need the space, because for me being here now, I need to go. I might be I would have loved to go further, but I'm sure you understand. It's still better than not coming out, Abi. A total of 2.2 trillion was paid, and we only have just 15 minutes less than that. So it will be 1 hour, 30 minutes. The total of 2.2 trillion was gbogbo tó gbà àwọn terrorists. Do you know what that means? They can buy even anything of any kind of graded weapon. Àwọn ọ̀ràwọ̀ pé àwọn owó afẹ́fi ṣe àwọn owó pé ká fi ṣe publicity, ká fi ṣe materials, campaign. Mo bẹ̀ gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí ẹ lọ ṣe banner, ẹ lọ tẹ t-shirt. I am not involved in all that. Owó táwọn èèyàn dá fẹ́ mi is for my own business, which is called Koikimedia, and I will use it for the right place I need it for. But I will continue to raise funds for YSDM. Oh yes, 2025. Ìjọ kan máa wà, a kàn máa raise owó ni. Not to me, to the YSDM account from the new year. I'm a dedicated ìjọ kan fún platform tiwa, even if it's just for 1 hour. Always, èlò ti dá síbẹ̀, tó bá pè wọlé ṣó ti dáwó. No matter how small. Owó la need. Nobody wants to give any money from anywhere in the world. Our tower involved, la ma contribute. As we end the program, the Northwest reported the highest ransom, a total of 1.2 trillion, while the Southeast was the least. So, Bobo, Simon Epa, they kill people. Simon Epa, now they want to destroy Igbo land. So, 85 billion. So, who is fooling who when it comes to the internal security of Nigeria? Okay. Who is fooling who? Who be Mumu? Who be Ode? So, one day the highest money that was paid for the ransom, it's not when Buhari was there. This is when Tinubu, our own, Yoruba ni, Koko Bono ni, like no be me talk amo. Now Wole Soyinka say Tinubu eleti kunkun ni ko gbọ́ràn mo sọ fún. But you don't need the presidency. Ó ti ju ọ̀rọ̀ Nigeria presidency lọ or president. But kò fẹ́ gbọ́ òun náà fẹ́ jẹ́ kó Ọbásanjọ́ mọ̀ pé àbíjàgàbá power. Ẹ̀rí t'Ọbásanjọ́ bá ṣe fẹ́kẹ́ Tinubu ní every right láti pick ẹ̀ up kó lọ́kẹ̀ sínú prison. Tó bá ṣe fẹ́kẹ́ you don't put president in here. You can't fight the government. We are not fighting the government. We are asking for our right. I want to coup plot. Then she show worry. I she politics. And this movement will never be compromised. As long as I am still alive and I'm involved, we will not compromise this. Anywhere, we will come and tell you. But group content of I'm just telling you that I am Koikimedia. You have nothing to offer, it's fine. Nínú movement around tó ti lọ ṣe politics is their right. Nínú movement around tó ní àṣemọ́ is your right. Tabagba country gbogbo alájọ máa ṣe. Àwọn ò ní ìdí kankan bẹ́ẹ̀. Mo ní ìdí oyè. My media platform is big enough to run and